Now, a lot of people have been saying, why has it taken so long? What have you been doing? Well, hopefully, we can answer that with this short montage of what you can expect over the next 13 weeks.
Is that barrel gonna...
Do the scrambling when you feel love.
Fire everywhere! He's gone!
The strand.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Tired of the town.
Oh, God!
Well, it's not such a serious situation. It would be a good laugh.
Do the strand.
There must have been 30 or 40 people in the room when the police arrived. Clarkson! Jesus Christ, no, I'm too close to the edge. Let's sing a song. No.
I am sitting where Jim Clark sat.
Going in hard and hard. We're fleeing!
OK, flee. Well, they'll be using a pistol, won't they?
Did the strand.
I think recognise that Detroit is the spiritual home to anyone whose communion wine is petrol and whose heart beats like a big, lumpy, wet V8. Local people are being encouraged to grow kale and beans and seeds. I mean, this is Detroit. It shouldn't be a help-yourself pop-up street allotment for organic vegan peace hippies when it could be a pulsating playground for the petrol head. So that's what we've come here to do. Make some noise. These are the toys we'll be using. 3 American muscle cars, all of which have been tuned to a tire-shredding DEFCON 1. I have the Ford Mustang RTR Spec 3. Mr. Slowly has what's called the Exorcist. And it is whining Dodge Challenger Demon. Hammond has an erection.
I have 840 horsepower. A massive supercharger on the bonnet there, or hood. That's the biggest hood scoop ever fitted to a production car. Ever. Yeah. Noise! That's hellfire. Jesus Christ. It's idiotic, honestly.
This may look small and delicate compared to the other two, but be in no doubt, it has the muscle car credentials. Oh, yeah. So, it can do this. And it can do this. Yeah! Ready to rock. I just can't get over James May is the Exorcist. Nobody intelligent admits that they like muscle cars, but secretly, deep down, everybody does. They're like power rock ballads. I mean, if you're driving along with friends and Don't Stop Believing by Journey comes on the radio, you say, this is rubbish, and you huff and puff and turn it off. if you're on your own and it comes on, you turn it up and you sing along. You do.
Chaps, did you know mine only comes with one seat as standard?
Which seat do they put in as standard?
Eventually, we decided to pull over in our motoring theme park to see which of our fairground muscle rides would be the fastest. In a street drag race.
If the police come.
Well, he won't. He's in Beverly Hills. I've seen the movie.
Why can't we just do this on a racetrack or a runway like we usually do?
Because we're here to prove that this is a racetrack.
Detroit is empty now and should just be used for this sort of thing.
Yes, but it isn't a real race. It isn't an actual race.
No, it is.
is.
This is where the muscle car was born.
I can't do it.
Why can't you do it?
Because Dodge only lent me that car if I promised not to do any drag racing on the road with it.
What?
It is,
That's what it's for.
I know.
it's literally what it's for.
Yes, I know, but that's the way it is. I'm sorry.
Do you think it's an insurance?
It is. It's because it's
No,
him.
it's
because
not.
You don't want
him.
it on the roof.
Who's driving it? Richard Hammond.
You
Right,
can't drive it.
It's just what they said, and I'm really sorry, so we can't do it. I'm sorry.
We can.
Well, you're not going to do it without that.
Let me think.
I don't want to sound like you, but the launch control in this car is so complicated. There's a YouTube video about it, and I have watched it, but I've forgotten. Why don't we have a gentleman's agreement and not use launch control?
Well, that might save my clutch. So, yes, right, we won't use launch control. I've got a manual gearbox.
You can both do it naked for all I care. Just get on with it.
Ooh, look at Captain Cheerful over there. Now you got a good start. Bloody Nora, that was close, but I got a terrible start, so we're going to do it again, May. I'm in first gear.
You do know you're both too old for this, don't you?
What, for driving muscle cars up and down the public roads of Detroit because nobody else is using them?
Well, Richard Hammond certainly isn't using them.
Since it was 1-1 and we were having enormous fun annoying Hammond, we decided to go again.
What is this? Best of 30 now?
Well, what else are we going to do?
Keep going till one of you wets yourselves.
For the next 17 runs, the result was always the same.
Thank you very much.
Come on! Come on!
Give up, buddy.
I'm angry. I'm not giving in, James. One more.
Oh, for God's sake.
I gave him my word I wouldn't use launch control. And I'm simply going to go back on that and not tell him. Finally, I waved the white flag. And then we took a closer look at the savage beating heart of the Exorcist. On the top, that's there, yes?
Yes,
Yeah.
2.9 litre supercharger.
So the bit they've bolted to your engine is bigger than most European engines.
Yes.
So's the one on mine. It's 2.7 litres.
Yeah, not as big. The point is, Hammond, this is the Exorcist. The job of the Exorcist is to vanquish the demon.
It's like, you remember in the 60s, I think Di Tommaso made a car called the Mangusta, which is Italian for mongoose.
Yes, and a mongoose can kill a cobra, can't it?
That's why they did it.
Yes, but this hasn't vanquished the demon. It hasn't beaten it.
Since the owners feared the noise from our engines would bring down the crumbling roof, we were given protective clothing.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Check it out.
God, that's pretty horrible.
How loud?
Well, at its peak,
Yep.
125.2. Well, wait a minute, you don't know. You're the first to go.
125?
Yes.
The Who, widely regarded to be the loudest rock band of all time.
Yes.
126 decibels. Deep Purple, a mere 117 decibels. That car is louder than Deep Purple.
But probably a lot quieter than my demon. 3, 2. Oh, wait a minute, it hasn't done it. Easy mistake. We've all done it, forgotten the key when you're donutting in a Detroit theatre that's been turned into a multi-storey car park. Everybody's been there.
Okay, in 3, 2. Ho, 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 ho. 125.2 to beat.
Yeah.
Doesn't make a lot of noise.
118.8 Tiptoe Boy.
2.7 litre capacity supercharger on it. It's
Yeah, but it doesn't make
well,
any
they didn't
noise.
build it for this. They built it for drag racing, and they wouldn't let me
Well,
do that.
did they?
So,
Did they?
How do
well,
we
they-
know?
Well, they did.
Don't think he's ever done a donut
No,
in his life.
no.
We are about to witness James D. May losing his virginity.
Popping his donut cherry.
Cock. Bollocks.
It took him a little while, but eventually he got the hang of it.
What's my score?
Why don't we just go? Come on, James, we've got to go.
Yep, moving on.
What was it?
Oh, I've wiped it.
No, you haven't.
It was 12.
Come on, what was... Why have I got this on my face? What was
It was
it?
128, so just 2.8 more than me.
So more.
Yes.
Hold that.
Why?
Please just hold that.
Oh, I hate the victory dance. I hate the victory dance.
Good, right, let's
How
move
much
on.
is your car? How much?
98, something like that.
£98,000.
Yes.
40,000.
Yeah, but mine's better, so it's more expensive.
40,000.
Faster and louder.
720 horsepower, £40,000.
Am I the only person here who understands muscle cars?
That's a ridiculous thing to say.
Is that really only, what was it, $2,200?
Yeah.
1,800 quid?
Yeah, I know. It's amazing, isn't it?
So I'll show you something else amazing. Captain Slow has fallen for this eco allotment claptrap.
I haven't fallen for it, and it's not claptrap, it's just a vegetable plot. It's
Buy
only a
food.
bit.
Yes, buy food and grow it.
Why not?
It's a farmer's job. Turning a city into a vegetable garden is ridiculous.
No, who's turned a city into a vegetable garden?
That's what they want to do, and you're just encouraging them. Detroit should be for petrol heads. It should be for massive V8s like our cars.
It's a great idea by a city that's having a bad time and trying to use its initiative. What's wrong with it? And it's not as if there's any vegetables in the shops.
I'm
New
not
is better.
I am not listening to any more of this. I am going to go off. I'm going to find a shop. I'm going to come back with burgers.
But you can have some curly kale in them.
Bloody allotment. Just because he's become a vegetarian doesn't mean that absolutely everybody has to be one.
Don't be a moron.
Well, I can't get out. He's parked in the way, haven't it?
Good. Actually, I'd like to talk about Motor City. More specifically, what's happening to it?
I'll tell you what's happening to it. It is being slowly ruined by vegetabilists.
Oh, God.
It is.
Look, there are 2 million acres of land in Detroit, OK? Would anybody like to guess how many acres have been given over to allotments? 6. I'll tell you, it's 3.
3 acres.
3 acres.
And he's driven over 2 of them.
Exactly.
Yes, and rightly so. It's like cancer.
It's not like cancer.
It is. It's like saying if you said I've got 2 billion cells in my body and only 3 are cancerous, so I shall do nothing. You don't. You cut them out.
Yeah, but cancer is a serious threat to your health.
Well, so are vegetables.
Concentrate. Let me put this into context for you. A lot of supercars have arrived on the scene recently. I've got pictures of them. This is the McLaren Speedtail. That's 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah.
Cost £2.1 million.
And its wheels are odd.
Yeah, they are. They don't match. This is the Aston Martin Valkyrie. That's 1,000 horsepower again. £2.5 million. This one, that's the Ferrari FXXK Evo. 1,000 horsepower, £3.5 million.
Best looking Ferrari of all time,
It
now.
does look amazing. Yeah, it does.
It is absolutely staggering. However, they've all got 1,000 horsepower, which means they will all be undrivable.
Yeah, whereas my Exorcist has 1,000 horsepower and is undrivable for under £100,000. There's no advantage.
Yes, and that's exactly my economic point. They're selling them too cheap. They're just giving it away. If American car makers doubled the price of the cars that they sell, bear with me, they would double the money that they make. It's
I've
not
said
that
it
complicated
before.
when you think about it, if you follow the logic.
I've said before, the wrong Hammond is in charge of Britain's...
And I didn't think it could ever be topped. But McLaren have given it a bash. And I thought, well, if they've built a car that can out P1 a P1, I'd better test it somewhere a bit less narrow and a bit less tree-lined and a bit less covered in deers and badgers than the Ebola drome. So I took it to the fastest racetrack in Europe, which is... Actually, anyone want to guess which it is? No, not Monza. Not Spa.
Do you know?
What?
Do you know?
Of course I know.
You know?
Yes.
That's unusual.
Why is it unusual?
Well, you didn't know any of the answers on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, did you?
What?
While the film was on, we've just been online and checked. Thruxton is not the fastest track in Europe.
What?
It's not.
Why isn't it?
Well, it isn't the fastest
Well, it's
track.
the fastest racetrack in Wiltshire.
It's in Hampshire.
But back to your film. You
Yeah.
said rewriting the supercar rulebook. Those are big words, man.
Yeah, and they're correct.
Are they?
No, they are. No, for once, I am actually... First time this show, I'm right. Because that car... You remember the Lamborghini Huracan Performante?
I love that
OK,
car.
that blitzed our
did.
track. Absolutely blitzed it. Fastest road car ever round there. I can guarantee the Senate will be quicker.
Oh, here we go again. Good.
I promise it will be. I promise.
If it isn't, can we blow up your house?
I haven't finished building it yet.
You got everything you need to blow it up?
Well, there it is. There's the Huracan Performante. Look, 1:16.8. And I have guaranteed it'll be faster.
Yeah.
Or you'll blow my house
You're
up.
doing well on facts this week so far, aren't you? How are you feeling?
Totally relaxed.
Are you really? Thing is, we haven't even got far to go to blow it up, have we? It's just going to be over there.
Come on, let's see how fast it was.
Damn! That is serious.
That's 4 seconds quicker. That's quicker than the Vulcan, and the Vulcan isn't even road legal. That's absolutely amazing.
That is astonishing, and we can add it to the list of things that you know.
As we headed for the downtown area, I decided to do a bit of muscle car housekeeping. Can I just ask everybody what your average fuel consumption has been since we got to Detroit?
Overall, over the whole trip, 8 mpg.
Yep, mine is a healthy 3.9 miles per gallon.
You're joking. 3.9?
Yes, sir, Bob.
13 mpg from the Mustang.
Is it a hybrid?
Right, so what I thought we'd do is we'd name all of the corners and all of the straights after various musicians who were from Detroit. So, for example, put that there, and then this would be Alice Cooper Corner.
Yeah, nice touch.
And then I've got all the faces. I've got Glenn Fry from the Eagles, Jack White, Madonna, Aretha Franklin, Bob Seger, Ted Nugent.
What's that stick for?
Oh, that's Iggy Pop.
Oh, yeah, it's like he's here.
Yeah, exactly. Then, as we go into the back section over there, you've got Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, Eminem, Diana Ross, Sonny Bono, Martha Reeves, Anthony Kiedis, Smokey Robinson. I mean, it is just, you look in the way, you just go, they can't all be from Detroit. Did you know Madonna was from Detroit?
No.
Sadly, though, he had got a bit confused about naming the corners after local musicians.
What?
Why have you got the edge?
Well, you said there was Sonny Bono.
Yes, Hammond. Sonny, Bono and the Edge from the famous Detroit rock band U2.
Exactly.
Because the track had been built by the world's most accident-prone driver, we thought it best that the God-fearing exorcist should christen it.
So bumpy. What the hell is this? Was that some sort of chicane he's put in there? Whoa! Slippery, that's slippery as hell. What, that's unbelievably narrow. What's he thinking of?
Oh, hello. Here he comes. After his run, James couldn't wait to give Hammond some constructive feedback.
I just want to say, Hammond, you witless dishcloth. That is the worst racetrack I've ever been round. It's slippery, it's full of holes, it's full of obstacles for you to crash into, it's narrow.
It's challenging, is it? Technical.
It's not challenging, it's only about that much bigger than the car, and it's made of butter. And it appears to be full of asbestos waste.
Oh, it is full of asbestos.
Yeah, I'm sorry about
Oh, well,
that.
thank you.
Sorry, yeah, close your window.
All of us then set about our practice laps on Hammond's death trap.
Thin bits, oh God.
Not see a bloody thing.
My own car doesn't fit round my own racetrack. What have I done?
Despite the peril, though, we gave it everything. And by the end of the session, there was nothing in it between the demon and the exorcist. The Mustang, though, that was in a league of its own.
.4. Yes, you're fastest.
Well, of course it's the fastest. It's a muscle car that had...
Where's the fire engine gone? I saw
Fire
it
engine's
earlier.
over there. Ambulance is...
Oh, we're all comedians today.
there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Remember, if you lose to James May...
It's more humiliating. It's worse than death.
Again.
Hammond's lap's going well.
Yeah, no.
So which corner is that he's gone off on? I mean, obviously, is him. Amazingly, it wasn't. The steer there.
That felt good. It felt like a quick one.
I don't know how to put this to you, but...
No.
Yeah. 0.4 of a second slower than James May.
This is what death feels like.
Yep, okay, get out of the demon. We've done the demon and the exorcist. It's time for the Blue Nun.
Blue nut.
Yeah.
Totally pointless waste of time there. We've established the Mustang is the fastest by an enormous margin. But I'll go and do it, I suppose.
Properly sorted, it may be, but I had a plan that would spoil its afternoon.
You're running.
I know, but you'll see. I've got to get down to this corner before he gets back. Help me tip this over.
What is it?
It's organic palm oil, very slippery. It's the revenge of the urban farmer.
Into the blind then. There is Stevie Wonder.
You do know it's palm oil that's ruining life for the world's orangutans.
Only this one.
Come on. Short shifting into third.
And on that terrible disappointment...
For him.
It's back to the tent.
In part one of that film, we said that we would have a race between the Demon and the Exorcist, a drag race, yeah? And then it never happened. Except it did.
Yeah. You see, Dodge said we couldn't drag race it on the street, but they didn't say anything about airfields. So after we'd finished at our track, we found one of those.
Now, I bowed out of this like I said I would, because the Mustang in the drag racing environment's never going to win. And it became a two-horse race between Sir Crash-A-Lot and the Onanist, OK? But we have a problem. See, we only have time left in the show, realistically, for one more thing. We've got the guest segment. We'll have a vote, I think. Who here would like to see the celebrity segment? One over there. And who'd like to see the drag race? OK, this is it. The race between good and evil. Are we ready, gentlemen? We ready?
No.
Go. What's happening?
I've got a couple of things to do before we start.
You think you can't just drag race this now?
Well, you've got to do it properly. This is a proper drag racing car.
What is he doing?
This is what you get when you buy a Demon. Costs you an extra $1 and you get this crate. Oh, look at that!
He's got this enormous crate and some bags and tins full of tools with 2 space savers and...
Space Saver wheels?
Hang on. Why are you putting space savers on it?
They're drag racing tyres. They're lighter. I don't need grip at the front, do I? They just got to steer.
What else does he have to do apart from change the wheels?
He's got a new ECU to fit.
You're serious?
Yes.
So it's not really a drag racing car at all?
It will be once he's completely rebuilt it.
This is an old-fashioned view of television, but I think we've lost the moment.
I think I agree with you. This was going to be the big end of the show.
Yeah.
Good versus evil. I could have walked to the end by now.
I've got to take back tyre pressures down to 20 psi. Nice fat, squishy contact patch.
Exactly 25 minutes so far. It's taken him to do his quarter-mile run.
Oh, so this is where it breathes through its eye. Look at that. That goes at the back of its eye. So,
I mean, that is a significant component. What is it?
air filter.
Does it not have an air filter?
Yeah, but this is a performance one. It's going to gulp through air.
Right, so that's in. Good.
Yep, now I've got to do the ECU, which goes in here, I believe. I'll have to take that out, I think.
So he's now got a different ECU, just telling the engine to be powerful.
Right. Why didn't they just put that one in from the start?
That's good to go.
Sadly, though, it wasn't. He's now refueling his car with a special, how many octane?
It's ethanol and gasoline mixture, 104.
After the refueling, we hoped he was done. But no.
Right, hang on a minute. I've got to put it in neutral to get that in the middle.
Hammond, you taking the whole dashboard off?
Yeah, this has to come out because I've got to put in a new control panel here. I'll get a new button on it.
He's taken the whole centre console out, the whole of that. He's had to put it in neutral to lift it all off.
What for?
Because you can then fit a button that enables him to select what sort of fuel he's running on.
Why don't they just put that in from the start?
So this all goes back in here with my new switch gear in.
It's 1 hour and 7 minutes.
Actually, you're right, it is. It's over an hour now. God.
There we go.
In 3, 2, 1, burn out! Right, your tyres are warm. Are you now ready?
What?
Are you ready to come to the start line?
No.
What do you mean, no?
No, that was just a celebratory burnout.
Oh, geez, he's got out.
I've done all the building work. Now I've got to set the car up. I've got to get in the right modes. There's stuff to do, mate.
Oh, I've had enough. I'm sorry, I've had enough. Bye.
We're never going to do this.
So I need to go into drag. Drag mode activating. Excellent. Drag transmission, drag traction, power. So power needs to go up to 840. We are now in high octane.
I've never known anything like it.
With our starter on his way back to London, the traffic lights were brought in and finally we were ready to go. I'm gonna bust your ass, evil boy. Oh, yes.
What are you going to do with it now? Because I've seen the film and I wouldn't do it. I'm getting ahead. I think I'm getting ahead. Come on, demon!
Ah, so annoying.
Ah! Evil wins! Evil wins!
Gentlemen, I think we have to agree that the Mustang is the only car here that ticks all the muscle car boxes.
You don't get it, do you? You just don't get it. A muscle car is supposed to have 1,000 horsepower, be undrivable, and have a stupid name.
It's called Ready to Rock. That is a stupid name. Listen, Hammond, not only are you the fiscal brain of this operation, you're also the resident muscle car enthusiast, yes? So, and I know the answer to this because you told me on the plane on the way home, of the three cars, which would you actually buy?
Buy.
Buy.
With my own money.
Yes.
Buy.
Yes.
Myself.
Yes.
It's the Mustang.
There you go, the Mustang. And so on that terrible disappointment for you...
Snowflakes.
It's time to end. Now, next week, it is a Grand Tour special where we attempt to become the first ever television show in the history of television to go to Colombia and not use the C word. See you then. Goodbye.